What Ibrahim Traore has done for Burkina Faso is more than some of these puppets have done in 40 years of being leaders of certain African countries.
Yes.
Those selfish, greedy people have done nothing. They've got nothing on what Ibrahim Traore has done in this short period of time. France is so freaking pissed. The West is so freaking pissed at what Ibrahim Traore is doing. They cannot handle it. Their true feelings about what this young man is doing behind closed doors, they think to themselves, who the hell does this little African boy think he is? We need to handle this little African boy. It's unacceptable that this supposed Ibrahim Traore is out here freaking changing systems.
And telling us what to do.
Playing with our monetary system, playing with our money, playing with our CFA. I mean, look at the fact that France, for example, in this freaking Europe, they don't have any freaking mines. Nothing. Without Africa, France is down. Burkina Faso. Ibrahim Traore, they love this guy. Huh?
Yeah.
Everybody is in love with Ibrahim Traore because Ibrahim Traore is displaying boldness. He's displaying courage, bravery as an African. Very young too. I think he should be about, 34 years old?
Possibly.
He's in his 30s.
Yeah.
I think he's 34. Maybe 35, maybe it was his birthday. I didn't really get to see, but he's around that age. Let's give it to him between 34 and 35.
Yeah.
Very young. You know, what he's doing is extremely dangerous. Besides the fact that it's inspiring, besides the fact that it's motivating, besides the fact that we Africans really love what he's doing and he's standing up for a great cause, standing up against these imperialistic countries, and in Burkina Faso's case, standing up against France, that they kicked out of Burkina Faso. The puppets before him, the predecessors before him, not just in Burkina Faso, in possibly the entire African continent, don't have the guts to do.
Yeah.
You know, when someone or a country or an institution or a department, when people are already in their comfort zones, when the system is already working, a lot of people are afraid of change. Even if they know that life could be better, even if they recognize their own potential, they still don't have that courage or that bravery to go through change.
Yes.
And in this case, this particular change that's currently taking place in Burkina Faso is for a greater good.
Yeah,
People
for
are
sure.
so weak. People have such a coward spirit about them that they are willing to live the rest of their lives in a situation that will prevent them from taking the step of boldness to do that which that they've always said that they would do, or that which that they're dreaming of, or that which perhaps they have pressure from the generations to come or their peers around them. Everybody just wants to stay in their comfort zone. But in Ibrahim Traore's case, this particular young man is out here really showcasing he's actually doing things that we've been preaching for such a long time, things that we want. The reason why this podcast even exists in the first place, the reason why I have a desire inside me to draw awareness to the many atrocities or poverty or just the way of life how Africans have been living for such a long time. The reason why we do this in the first place is so that one day some young men and women can rise up and do exactly what Ibrahim Traore is doing out here. Putting all selfish needs and desires aside, be willing to go through the fire, through hell and high water for a greater cause. For a greater vision.
Yes, it's a step of boldness to do what he did what he's doing for his country. It shows a great love for his people. It shows a great and amazing love for his
country.
His country, yes, exactly.
You know, you have to have integrity. If everything that Ibrahim Traore is currently saying and the vision that he's outlined ahead of time already to say this is where Burkina Faso intends to go, if everything that's coming out of the mouth of Ibrahim Traore is true, then this particular individual has a lot of integrity.
Yes.
A lot.
Yeah, it shows that he was taught well.
that he was told, well,
He had a great upbringing.
a great upbringing, might have been a difficult one. You know,
Yeah.
he served in the army, huh? You cannot take for granted. Sometimes we easily overlook these people that go through these training.
Those boot camps.
An army guy. You don't fool around with somebody who's been in the army or the navy, or
Yeah.
even some of these young girls. You know, we
Yeah.
tend to see a lot of these images or videos on social media where you see these women, these young girls serving in the U.S. Navy or in
Yeah.
the military. A lot of the people have the tendency to look at these particular personnels and say, this one looks out of shape, or this one is just a female. This one is just a young little girl. She probably just served in some department as admin. She's not really a soldier. But that's not true. These individuals, this group of people, that particular community, people who served in the army, have a lot of discipline.
Yes.
And they are taught to work from a point of integrity.
Yes, it's very true.
I've always wanted to go to a boot camp.
For
You
me,
know-
I cannot.
Why
To go through a boot camp. I mean, even going to gym is my boot camp. It's my own timing. It's my own pace. I cannot be instructed. That's why I cannot. I don't like to be instructed when it comes to doing that physical work.
So you have a problem with authority.
No, I don't have a problem with authority.
You don't like
But
to
I
be told
don't-
what to do.
No, I'm saying for my gymming.
Yeah, but we're talking about principles here. We're talking about a discipline. We're talking about certain things that you follow that gym teaches you in order to be a certain type of person, so that you take those characteristics or life lessons or mental strains, the ability to deal with stress, with weights, out into the real world and be able to then sustain yourself and be a leader. That's what we're talking about, huh?
That's what I'm saying. I give all props to those going through boot camp or went through boot camp.
So
it's
whether-
not something I could do.
So whether it's gym or boot camp or running through the forest or jumping through hurdles, at the end of the day, all those things are teaching certain principles and traits that will make you to either be a successful leader of a country or a captain of a sports team. And so all those traits. Ibrahim Traore, what he's currently doing is extremely admirable. And just to go a little bit deep into it,
It's very inspiring.
it's what Africa's been waiting for. And it's not just within Burkina Faso, it's also with Mali and Niger. But talking about Ibrahim Traore, because he has captured the attention of most Africans out here. He has captured the attentions of the world, even imperialistic countries, even the leaders, even his own colonizers, even France. France is so freaking pissed. The West is so freaking pissed at what Ibrahim Traore is doing. They cannot handle it. Some of them, their true feelings about what this young man is doing would never be displayed on TV. We will never know. It's only behind closed door where these leaders of those first world countries or colonizers, imperialistic countries, behind closed doors, they think to themselves, who the hell does this little African boy think he is? We need to handle this little African boy. It's unacceptable that this supposed Ibrahim Traore is out here freaking changing systems.
And telling
playing-
us what to do.
Playing with our monetary system, playing with our money, playing with our CFA, our money. These boys out here having the guts to build a gold refinery within Burkina Faso, because Burkina Faso is one of those God-blessed countries who's also so rich in this gold. France has always had the privilege, I don't even want to say privilege, France has always been out here 110% or 1 billion% exploiting Burkina Faso left, right, and center. Not just Burkina Faso, most of those 14 African countries that France apparently colonized. So they're out here and they're saying Ibrahim Traore initiate the system where they are now supposed to have the gold refinery. They're currently building it. I don't know if it's completed or not, but I'm sure it's going through different stages, because stuff like that, you always got to keep building on them.
Yeah.
So they're building that.
That's pretty cool.
So that they can be able to then take their own resources, their minerals, refine them within their own country,
Yes.
and then sell it over abroad on a higher price,
Yes.
a higher price, so that some of those it will not only be the money that they will get after they sell it to these countries that need it, that gives a damn so much about bling bling, but it will also create jobs. These refineries, these systems that he's putting in place will create jobs. And it doesn't stop only with gold. Even tomato paste. You know your tomato paste that you cook with?
Yes.
Tomato paste.
Yes.
They used to import it.
In Burkina Faso?
They used to import it. So
Really?
now, yeah, how ridiculous is that? Africa, as rich as Africa is, with all the mineral resources and all the forestry.
That sounds so strange.
It sounds so crazy that, and in most cases, most of these African countries, they will export their raw materials or minerals or whatever goods for these things to go abroad, to go overseas, to go to any designated country, and then from there it's processed. In those particular first world countries, there are plants and factories and refineries to then make this into some sort of finished product, which they then bring back to Burkina Faso or any African country to sell. Why don't you just build your own industries within your African countries, because you already have the raw materials? Sounds like we're speaking to kids, huh?
Yes.
This is why I also always say these puppets know exactly what they're doing for their own benefit. I mean, we are not saying anything new here. We are not. I'm not a genius for saying this. Everybody knows this. Our viewers are not stupid.
Yes.
The youth is not stupid. This generation is not stupid.
No way.
They've thought about this. They know all this. When we come out here, our message needs to change for these puppets to really know that they're not dealing with fools no more. That's why you have to be direct with these puppets. You got to let them know that we know that you know the truth. We know that you are out here doing things for your own benefit, stealing money for yourself, for your own greediness nature. Because there's absolutely no way. When we speak in terms of what's logic and what's not, what's reasonable, what's not, it's crazy. Why are you exporting your raw materials? They know this.
Yes.
They are older than us, these puppets.
Older, but they are definitely not wiser.
You know, they are actually wise, but they are just more selfish.
They slick in their selfishness.
They're not even slick because we can see it through our own very eyes. At this stage, after so many years, since history, in fact, Africa is still known as a third world country.
Yeah.
Why are all these other countries? I mean, look at the fact that France, for example, in this freaking Europe, they don't have any freaking mines. They don't have any mines. They don't have nothing. Without Africa, France is down.
Yeah.
France is nothing. It will cease to exist. Its economy will run to the ground. That's why they are here, completely fighting Russia and what they think or believe that Putin's agenda with Ukraine would be, and that France would be left with nothing. That's why it was such a big deal to get that ambassador of France to leave Niger.
Yes, yes, yes.
Because they know. What do you think, as we discussed in the previous pod, that particular Contrar general came out to say that disgusting suggestion that he gave in some interview to say that it's time for Africa to be recolonized? Why do you think he said that? It's because they know that without Africa,
they have nothing.
They have nothing. That's what's going on with Burkina Faso's actions. When you look at Burkina Faso's actions, they speak loud.
Yeah, it's
very
speaking
dangerous
loud.
stuff.
It's speaking loud to get the West out of Africa. And the fact that, you know, that they're building that gold refinery, it's like you said, yes, it's creating jobs and it's boosting the economy. And so hopefully that they don't need to import more things. They need to actually start growing their things and using that.
Yes, the gold refinery, building that gold refinery is an indication of what Ibrahim Traore intends to do in the many different sectors within Burkina Faso. You have to understand that Burkina Faso right now, with Ibrahim Traore as the leader, he's in a transition phase. There was a coup
Yeah.
When there's a coup, usually the people who initiated the coup, just like the juntas initiated the coup in Niger.
Yeah.
What's the capital again? Niamey in Niger. The capital city is Niamey or something.
I think it's Niamey, yeah.
Niamey, yeah. I
Niamey,
know
yeah.
it, but my tongue just is not rolling that way because
Let me check.
I want to make a point here. So Burkina Faso building this gold refinery or building this plant that's not going to do all this tomato paste processing is an indication of what Burkina Faso intends to do for its own economy, for the good and great of their own people. They're out here, they are finally sick and tired of the fact that raw materials and things were always done outside or exported, and they are doing things for themselves. He even took it a step further where he has now created an $80 million healthcare facility, $80 million healthcare like institution there in Burkina Faso for the people of Burkina Faso. So what Ibrahim Traore has been able to accomplish in the short period of time that he's been perhaps the leader of Burkina Faso, speaks volume.
Yes.
What let me just say it in a way that you guys will be able to really truly get it. What Ibrahim Traore has done for Burkina Faso is more than what certain of these puppets, is more than some of these puppets have done in 40 years of being leaders of certain African countries.
Yes.
Those selfish, greedy people have done nothing. They've got nothing on what Ibrahim Traore has done in this short period of time.
Yeah. It's like you said.
This is why the citizens of Burkina Faso are currently on now protesting for the extension of the transitional period with this coup. The fact that Ibrahim Traore is the leader now.
Yeah.
The people of Burkina Faso are out here protesting to make sure that this particular transition period is extended. And we don't want no democratic elections in Burkina Faso because what Ibrahim Traore is currently doing now is working for the system. It's working for us.
It's working for the people.
The system is working.
Yes.
We don't want no elections out here. We don't want no democratic elections out here that will potentially leave the door open for the West to come in here and try to manipulate the results the way they know best.
Wow.
The citizens are out.
That is so powerful, huh? That is so powerful. The citizens, they're agreeing with this coup that happened. They are standing behind him.
They say to themselves, to hell with democracy.
Yeah.
Let Ibrahim Traore remain in power. Let him continue to take the initiative that he's currently taking because we see the results. At the pace at which Ibrahim Traore is going, our economy will be so strong in the near future if he keeps going on like this. Bringing in an election right now again because it's supposed to happen, I think, on the 1st of July or something like that, because his transitional period is up until the 1st of July 2024 this year. So they're out there saying, nah, we don't want that system called democracy right now because it hasn't worked for Africa. Since the beginning of time, since the inception of democracy, democracy has not worked in Africa. So we don't want your elections this year. We as the people of Burkina Faso want Ibrahim Traore's transitional period to be extended. Yes, we do. He has accomplished more things for us in Burkina Faso than most puppets, than the Paul Bias of the world who have been empowered in Cameroon for 40 years, than the Paul Kagames who are now still ruling Rwanda for 24 years, than the puppets of the Democratic Republic of Congo who can do shit about the war that's happening in East Democratic Republic of Congo. There's a lot of puppets in Africa.
That's why
we could go on with this.
That's why I'm laughing. There are so many puppets that just need a good lesson.
You know, when we use the expression left, right, and center, we mean it, huh?
Yes.
These puppets, there are puppets left, right, and center in Africa.
That realization when it comes to you that these puppets are leading countries and leading people.
And we discussed before why we call them puppets, right?
Yes.
They called puppets because they've signed on the dotted line.
Yes.
When France came out here and offered them independence, for example, in 1958, when France decided to initiate some sort of independence for those Francophone countries, 14 of them, might I add, Mali and Guinea were the two countries that said to themselves, hell no, we will not sign these colonial pacts. We will not sign these things. You guys want to force us to start paying some sort of colonial debt or colonial tax to you guys? We will not sign it. When Mali refused to sign on the dotted line, Mali and Guinea, what France did,
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, I'm sure you do, they poured concrete cement in the sewage pipes.
Yes.
They basically said to Mali, since you don't want to abide by the rules, since you don't want to sign these agreements that give us total complete right, that gives you fake independence, we will pour concrete in all the sewage pipes, the pipes that we created, the education system that we brought here,
We'll take it away.
the infrastructures that we designed with our brilliant minds as the French, this infrastructure that you see out there, things that you think you have, things that you think belongs to you. We will destroy all this because it's our system. Anyway, the fossils will be turned off. We will do everything in our power. You don't want to lessen Mali, so they did it. And Mali went through some catastrophe, some ridiculous times. The remaining countries saw what was done to Mali in 1958 and said to themselves, oh, shoot, we don't have the power or the courage or the bravery. We don't have the traits of Ibrahim Traore within ourselves. We will quickly sign. They quickly signed those agreements that gave them supposed independence. And today, they use the CFA. The bank reserves are stuck with France. You will deposit 100% of your monetary or your money with French reserves. They will be kept in France. We will print the CFA and we will give it to you. You have no control over this. You will deposit 100%. I think now that number has dropped to like 70% or perhaps maybe even 50. You know, between all those 14 African countries, with the exception of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, France collects $500 billion a year.
Oh, France.
Not only do they collect $500 billion a year, they take that $500 billion and they invest it in the French stock exchange.
Of course.
Where they are now able to capitalize on that and make trillions of dollars. You 14 countries, you will not know the returns. You don't need to know the returns. We will do with that money what we
feel.
We feel, what we want. And when you need money, you have to loan from us again.
You basically have to go like Oliver Twist.
You have
Please,
to
may I
show
have
us-
some more?
You have to show us them paperwork, those accounting auditorial system as to why you need more. Why do you need more money? You know, this is a beating, huh? It's a beating. When you really go into all these facts as they are, as these colonial pacts were signed, the way these colonizers or these imperialistic country, in this case France, dealt with those francophone countries, they really treat them like kids.
That's true.
You know, before the kids go, ask mom and daddy, where can I go? Come back at this time. Why do you need pocket money? Why do you need pocket money, Senegal? Why do you need pocket money, you Togo? Niger, why do you need pocket money? What did you do with the pocket money we gave you last time?
No, you don't need any money right now.
Why should we give you money now, Africa?
Make use of what you already have.
We already gave you. What did you do with the money that we gave you? Just like we speak to kids.
Yes.
Just like a parent speak to his own child. Hey, Gabon, what did you do with the money that I gave you before? Why do you need more money? And Gabon needs to come there and explain.
Yeah.
Corruption. You people, huh? You don't learn, huh? Okay, here's a little bit more. But don't come again now, huh? In fact, you know what? There's a lot of coups happening around this place. You know what we're going to do? We're going to be strategic about this whole shit. We're going to initiate a fake coup.
Oh, yeah.
We will initiate a fake coup so that the public thinks that it's a real coup, so that our system continues to work. That's what we're going to do, because you people think you're smarter than your masters now. When France stands on podiums, when Emmanuel Macron is speaking,
Macron.
all those political terms that they are using over there, it's all fake, man. Behind closed doors, when the cameras are turned off, they speak to our puppets like little kids.
Yes.
They insult them. That's where
For
the
sure.
real racism comes out. Who the hell? These monkeys are out here trying to make coups left, right, and center. That Ibrahim Traore has a target on his back from the West. It's by God's grace that he's out there doing that. What most of these other African countries should be doing is picking up the momentum. You see, only as a collective will there be hope in Africa.
Yeah.
If all these countries gather as Burkina Faso is paving the way, if they can just rally up behind Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, there's hope
Yes.
for that unity of Africa that we keep hoping for. Otherwise, talk is cheap.
Yeah.
That African Union, pointless.
Nothing.
It pushes the agenda of the European Union, of the colonizers, of
Yes.
the masters. You know, this year, 2024, there's about 19 countries that are all holding elections.
In
within
Africa.
19.
Wow.
Elections to uphold the spirit of democracy.
Wow.
The same democracy that apparently has done so much for Africa. Burkina Faso said, no, we don't want no freaking election here. We want to extend the transitional period for Ibrahim Traore, because he's done more than some of these puppets that have been in power for such a long time.
Yeah.
19 countries is a lot, huh?
It's quite a good number.
With your country being one of them.
Yeah, South Africa. Having this Ibrahim Traore.
Traore.
Yes, you say it so nicely.
It's French, huh?
Yeah, that's why you say it so nicely.
Ibrahim Traore.
Yes, Ibrahim Traore. Him and Julius Malema and all the other ones. And what is it?
You mean the other ones from where? From Mali and Niger?
Yeah, from Mali.
You're talking about
the ones that want Africa to unite, the ones who are fighting for their country to be prosperous.
You're talking about leaders.
Leaders.
You're not talking about puppets?
No, I'm talking about leaders.
There's a difference.
Yes.
You're talking about people that have integrity out here.
Yes, the people that take a stance.
Are you perhaps talking about people that care about the masses, that care about Africans?
Yes, I am.
So please, can we say those names again? You're talking about Ibrahim Traore.
Ibrahim Traore.
You're talking about Julius Malema, who's talking about repatriation of land without compensation for the good and better of South Africans.
Yes.
That's what you're talking about?
Yes.
And you're talking about these people, the juntas in Niger and Mali.
Exactly, yes.
I just wanted to make sure that we truly emphasize to our audience here that there's a difference between the people we admire and these puppets that have been in power for 40 years. And it's the reason why you don't have a job.
Yes. Yes. So those people, they should get in a room and discuss. Not even if they don't win the presidential elections, but they should actually get together to try and see how to bring the other people away from the West, to bring the other countries away from the West.
That day is coming.
You think?
I believe so. Because when you hear them all, they speak with a broader message.
Yes.
They talk about Africa as a whole. Before I can go after the total vision of the entire continent, at least let me start at home first.
Yeah.
That's why you see Julius Malema and the EFF out there currently working hard to educate the people. It starts at home.
Yeah.
Let them hold positions of power, of influence within their respective countries. And then they can branch out and think about the collaboration between the Botswanas of the world, the Malis and Nigers, and every other country. And eventually this thing could spiral up. But we need more of these individuals out here.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. They need to, go to those places and, just be in their ear.
Trust me, they probably do talk. They speak.
Yeah.
Africans aren't as stupid as the world has painted them to be. A lot of people are out here just believing narratives that are put out there by mainstream media.
Yeah.
Africans or the youth are not stupid. A lot of people are thinking nowadays, it's very easy to share information now.
Yeah, so
It's not as
fast.
difficult as before. This is why, actually, by saying this is why I support the EFF, because one of the main primary goal or mission as a governing body, should they win the election, whether this year or 5 years from now again, God's timing is perfect, is to make education free
Yeah.
for the youth, for the
Yeah.
people, right?
Yes.
Sounds nice, right?
It sounds nice, because I'm just thinking back of what he was saying in his speech.
Yeah.
And he was saying that, he's talking about the different races. Okay, so that's also part of the focus. He wants to make
The different races.
the different races in
Talk
South
about
Africa.
black people, white people, colored people,
Exactly,
so.
exactly. So
Yeah.
he's saying the white people, they are sending their kids to school at the age of 3.
At a very young age.
At a very young age, which is 3. They at 3 years old, they're already being taught 1 + 1 is 2. But for the people in the townships, they are sending their 3-year-olds to their go-go's.
To the go-go's.
To the go-go's, and
Or
the
to the
go-go's,
grannies.
yes, the go-go's are teaching how to say no, yes to the 3-year-olds. So he's just
There's a
saying
big difference
there's a
there.
big difference, and that should change.
From
We
a young
shouldn't
age.
raise black people to be workers. We should
Laborers.
raise them. Yes, we should raise them equally. Everyone should be raised equally from a young age, so everyone can prosper.
Every children deserves an opportunity.
Yes.
Free education for all South Africans.
Yes.
Which makes sense. Primary and secondary school, it should be free. Not only free, but they should cater to basic practical example stuff like school uniforms, lunches, food,
Yes.
recreational activity stuff, so that particular, because the youth are the future. How many times have you ever heard that cliche? Some fool will sit here and tell me, or probably write in the comment section and say, Patrick, you're not saying anything new over there. Education, the youth are the future.
Yes. So
But you've
treat
been-
them as such.
Yes, you've been hearing this thing all your life, but no system is placed in place to make sure that particular cliche that you've been hearing all your life takes place. I think I was rhyming there.
Yeah, you did
I
a
think
little.
so. Although I just use place. I know how to place it.
Yes.
Yes, so it's a very, very powerful message. As you guys go out there to try to vote, it's time for people to vote with their heads and not with their hands. Don't vote like your parents voted just because it was tradition to vote for the DA. It was tradition to just vote for ANC. Some of these South Africans out here are too lazy to read the funding manifestos of all these different parties. And so they are just out there saying, I will vote for the ANC or for the DA just for the sake of voting. Do yourself a favor. You claim to be an adult. You claim to be a proud South African, the Rainbow Nation. Read the manifestos. Read the different
Yes.
agendas of these particular parties so that you can be in a position to hold them accountable when they start to F up.
Yes.
Don't just go out there voting just for the sake of voting. It's time to do things smartly.
Yes.
You have to know. And it's very simple English. Some of these manifestos are written in simple English. I know the term
Yeah.
manifesto could be a little bit intimidating, but take a chill pill.
Yeah.
It's simple English out there and everything is outlined. I read the founding manifesto of the EFF. It's freaking cool, huh?
Yeah, it is.
It's freaking cool.
I did, yeah.
Because every single time the EFF stands up on podiums or on stages or in interviews and speak, I listen to them and I base every single answer that they are giving to these questions that are asked to them
Yes.
on the manifesto that they wrote in 2013. Is the message still the same?
Yes.
Does he mean what he says? Is this the type to practice what they preach? Or is this another puppet just looking to get in place so that they can do things for their own benefit? I think we have a chance of getting a new leader out here.
Yes,
And I see one brewing coming out of South Africa in Julius Malema.
Yes.
Some people, you say, oh, you endorse him, huh? You're a fan. No, I've read the manifestos. And I also, well, I didn't fully read the ANC one, but
No.
because also at the time, I must admit, I'm only human. I just wanted the ANC to win.
Oh, back
In
then.
that 1994, with
yeah.
Madiba, with Nelson Mandela.
I think everyone voted ANC then.
Yes, to remove the apartheid
Yes.
regime, the apartheid government. At that time, we don't care whether they will follow it or not. We don't care if they will practice what they preach. We are not interested in that for now. For now, we just want to change the way, the image that we've been taught. Just like we've been taught that Jesus Christ is white. No. Is that the truth or not? For now, I just want to see a black Jesus first. I first want to see that. Let it give me hope. Let it give the next generation hope. Let it give the millions of these kids hope.
Yes.
At the time, in that 1994, we didn't fully read that particular manifesto. But now that we are of a certain age, it's important to read these things before you go out there and just cast your vote.
It's true, man. I mean, speaking of the ANC, what is it with my previous president, Jacob Zuma?
The corruptor.
The corruptor.
The corruptor.
Hey, he just decided.
He has guts, huh?
Hey. He just decided, okay, just because I don't want Cyril again, I'm going to start my own party.
These puppets are out here using their personal feelings to play with our lives. This Zuma, the same Jacob Zuma,
if you go to the shower,
Zuma must fall. The one that they removed because of corruption.
Yes.
He's out here creating another party to fool the masses, to fool the youth.
And
right?
he's campaigning.
But if our youth are educated, if they take the time to educate themselves, to read between the lines, they'll see that this one has a traits of corruption.
Yes,
There's
man.
no way that I'm going to allow this one to fool me into voting for his new party called MK. There's no way that I'm going to allow that. Once a thief, always a thief.
He's still a member of ANC.
He says that.
Yes.
He says that the ANC will forever be the party of his heart and all that kind of thing. But he's out here doing MK party. And he's been able to persuade, influence some active members from that ANC to join him. ANC to join him in that new party.
Because it's even got the same ANC colors.
Wasn't there a time when, straight after that Zuma must fall thing, when he was arrested
Yeah.
or brought into some station and some mug shots were taken and left, right, and center and court cases here. Whatever happened to that? You understand?
That just kind of died
You
down,
understand?
huh? Yeah. Are you laughing
You
like
playing?
him?
Huh?
You're laughing like him.
Like who? Did I laugh like him now?
Sounds it.
Oh, I didn't mean to. But corruption.
About his house, Umklankla. What?
You guys, in Durban,
Yeah,
Mhlantla, we spent millions and millions and millions over there. Just go to court. Just let him go to court. This is what I was saying before, that as the public, we can only know so much. As the power that is, as the power that be, as those people behind closed doors, they choose what to tell us and what not to tell us.
Yeah.
Everything that plays out on the media on or before us is what they finally accept, what they allow, what they say, okay, let it play out this way. Let the public think like this. Let the public believe this. All right? Zuma, you'll be fine. Zuma, you'll be fine. Let's send you to court. Trump, you'll be fine. Trump, you'll be fine. Let's send you to court. Let's play it this way. And eventually, it'll die down.
It will just go away.
Yes.
It won't be in the news anymore.
Nothing in this world works on some automatic or automated system where the law will dictate this. There are some people that are in control of everything.
Yes.
Every single thing. Just like the example I once used, if you worked in a company we don't necessarily know the ins and out of those particular companies that we worked for or that we work for still. If you're still in your 9 to 5, you don't know everything about the company that you work for, because there are certain departments and certain rooms and certain meetings where you are not allowed. The next time you think politics or you think geopolitics, think the same way.
Yeah.
What you see on the news is what you are allowed to see. There are certain people in certain departments and certain institutions, certain figures who do the talking in spaces where you are not allowed, in spaces where the mainstream media isn't allowed. You think Fox, CNN, NBC, ABC, Al Jazeera, SABC News, you think you guys are allowed absolutely everywhere?
Nope. Not at all.
The matrix is real.
Yeah. Oh.
All of these things are real. There's no way that some people are out here, some elites are out here sharing absolutely everything.
Yeah.
It's impossible. This is why the terminology classified information exists. You, the masses, you people, you don't have the temperament to understand this. In fact, you don't have the knowledge, you don't have the wisdom or the maturity to understand it. We make tough decisions. These things, they land on our desks because only we have the ability to look at this and unseen it. Some of you guys, if you know what's going on, you'll become a gossiper for life. Oof. You'll just want to talk. Let these people be this way. Let them watch the news. Let them watch that news.
Yeah.
Don't report the genocide that's happening in Democratic Republic of Congo. Did you put the money up for this? No, we are the elites. We have the money. We are the mainstream media.
Yeah.
Yes. Genocide what? Aren't they enjoying the iPhones? They are, right? They don't know what's good for them. We know what's good for them. Look at them flomping around and look at them acting around and taking all these selfies all over the place. They love the iPhone, don't they? Yes. So if we were to tell them what it costs to get this iPhone or these devices, they wouldn't have the temperament or the maturity or the decision making, the guts, the bravery, the ability to unseen certain things. They wouldn't be able to do it. That's for us. These are kids. They got a sign on the dotted line. We are the imperialistic countries.
Yes.
These 14 francophone countries must just do what we tell them to do. At that level, there's no negotiations. At that level, it's just commands. Burkina Faso, you'll do this. Niger, you'll do that. Hey, the next president of Congo is so-and-so. Yeah, boom, they, boom. You want aid? And shut up and just do it.
Gee.
Keep using that, Frank. That's why Ibrahim Traore, another gut powerful move on the agenda is to create their own currency.
Oh.
Yes, so that they no longer have to use that CFA. The franc. It's a difficult game. It's a difficult game.
That is a hard thing to do. I know Zimbabwe has also tried with their new one this year. I'm not sure what the name of that is as well.
All of these African countries don't have any hope as individual countries.
Oh, yes.
They need to unite. They need to work collectively.
Yes.
They can't be out here thinking that they can take over France. Or take over these imperialistic countries. Some of these countries don't even have an army or a military to deal with a simple little militant group like M23. That's why you see Felix Tshisekedi run off to France and ask for help. That's why you see them run to Russia and ask for help. They don't have any capability. They can't do it for themselves. If only they could just unite.
Yes.
Unite. You are stronger together. But greed
overtakes.
Greed.
Yes, greed overtakes everything. Just unite.
That's why I said, in order for this system to change, in order for there to be a president in Africa that is able to do things for the good and better of that particular country, there needs to be a revolutionary, like revolutionaries, you know, and it's not going to be easy. For Ibrahim Traore to be now liked like this by these African people, by the African community, not just people in Burkina Faso.
Yeah.
For Ibrahim Traore to be in the position that he's in now, where he has his own citizen out by the thousands protesting and saying, we want to extend this transitional period. We don't want any democratic elections in Burkina Faso in 2024. We want Ibrahim Traore to remain and continue to govern us because we don't believe in that democracy that you guys speak of. For this, certain guts,
Yes.
certain steps of boldness,
Yes.
risking your life. He's risking his life.
Yeah, of course.
These puppets don't have it in them. Not everybody has it in them to risk their life. The moment they sit there as a new appointed president of that particular African countries, the papers come before him and they tell him, this is the ball game. The chief of staff comes in. That particular now president is now suddenly exposed to this information. Information that he didn't have as a candidate or a House representative.
Yes.
Somebody in some Senate or in some department. They never had this information. They were out there really, really speaking passionately. I will be a president for change. Even Julius Malema. To keep a spade as much as I like him.
To some
even
extent.
Julius Malema.
Yes.
To some extent. He does not know the ins and outs of certain perhaps agreements and collaborations that were signed with colonizers past. He doesn't know.
No, he's not privy.
Certain classified information will come before you, Majuju, only if and when you make it
Yes.
to the office, in the office as the president. And then the real ball game starts.
Yes.
You understand?
I get
How
you.
are you going to contest this particular agreement that's been in place for decades?
And still do as you promised. That is the ball game.
Yes, because the South African people are out here looking at you and saying, did you mean what you said? And you are bound by a certain level of confidentiality. You can't come out here and say, I can't do that because when I got in office, I saw such and such documents that says that the British said this or that or that. You cannot.
You cannot
You
go
have
as
to
crazy.
become a politician.
You cannot go as crazy with the media anymore.
You cannot.
Yes. So to some extent, I hope.
To a very large extent.
To if and when
To a very large extent.
Julius comes into our president in South Africa, that he actually gets what he says done with all the agreements and the politics
He has
that
to
exists.
have the spirit of an Ibrahim Traore, which he does. He's older also than Ibrahim Traore. He started this political animalistic career way before Ibrahim Traore. Ibrahim Traore was an army guy whose traits and whose level of integrity is high. He thinks for the people, just like Julius also does. But Julius is on a very high level politically.
Yes.
One very interesting fact that I heard in one of the interviews that Julius Malema was having was the fact that he said every single South African province out there that has ANC members in there, whether they are serving as secretaries or assistants or even chairpersons in these particular provinces of South Africa, every single one of those individuals in those particular positions are all people that served under him when he was still the leader of the youth league.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he says all of those people that are running these particular provinces in those seats as chairpersons or secretaries, those are my young boys and girls.
Oh, my goodness.
I used to rule over them when I was the leader of the youth league. I used to. So they know that if I'm to make it to that seat, they know the traits.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're going to get it.
There's politics here. There's politics here. It's not necessarily they'll get it, but there are thinkers and there are thinkers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
They know that he was once their leader and that he left that party and created his own party. And and that he's got certain traits, certain qualities of being a leader.
Yes.
Julius Malema is my guy. And because he's my guy, I will always come out here and speak in ways that I perhaps disagree with certain actions or his robust way of saying certain things. But I know that his heart is in the right place.
Yes, for
we
sure.
We all speak the way that we speak. That's why, even myself, when I speak like this to some people, my tone could be a little bit challenging to listen to. But take a chill pill, huh? There's different people out here. We're not all the same.
No.
We're not all the same. You understand what I'm saying?
I get you, yes.
It's facts, huh?
Yeah, just accept people for how different they are.
Because society is very sensitive, huh?
Yeah.
You have to be politically correct as you speak, as you tell us your message. You have to be politically correct. When you speak, we must feel comfortable to listen to you.
Guys, please relax, huh? Relax.
No. We are different people. We have different tones. We have different purposes. We express ourselves differently. Is it possible for the youth or for people to listen to other individuals by not taking offense, by not necessarily only listening to the tone? Focus on the content of the things that that particular person is actually saying. I say all this because a lot of these people that find themselves in our comment sections are very quick to say, he's reckless, his big mouth got him in trouble, da-da-da-da. That might be true to a certain extent, but do yourself a favor and try to listen to the content.
Listen to what the person is saying.
You see, that saying that says what you see is what you get. You want to deal with somebody whose true colors are before you. You don't want to deal with people that sound too good to be true. Politically correct all the time.
Yeah, we don't want all the sugary stuff.
Too much sugary out here.
Yeah.
The reason why Trump won in 2016 was because he was raw with it. He was out here saying the truth, how he really truly feels about certain things. So he was able to connect
Yes.
with the audience, with the forgotten ones from Mississippi's and places of US. So you have to be able to listen with your mind. Just listen from a point of what you've read in these particular funding manifestos that you've read about the political party that you follow or support.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
It's very simple stuff. It's very simple stuff. But the tendency of a human heart just wants to come out here and talk because it's my turn to speak. Can I speak? I want to speak. You want to speak, but did you read the funding manifesto? If you did not read the funding manifesto, shut up. Don't be out here blowing smoke, speaking from an emotional point of view. Read the funding manifesto, compare it to your own party, compare it to the DA, compare it to ANC, compare it to UDM, compare it to MK. Before you try to speak some shit about the EFF.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I get you. It's completely true.
Yeah.
Just read the manifestos and just forget the
Base everything on that.
Yes.
So that you can be able to hold them accountable when they mess up.
Yes, it's very simple.
Yes, it's like ABC stuff. That's why education is a big thing. Education is a big thing. Just the self-will for you to do that which that you want to do. It's about damn time to approach everything with maturity. You have to be out there doing things for real. Seriously. You can't be out here just picking and choosing that which that you want to talk about, that which that you want to say, that which that you want to focus on. Stop being selective, right? Do the whole, go in for it. As uncomfortable as it may be, it's better that you know everything so that you can then tackle it seriously or maturely or smartly. Yes. They are just too used to the colors of the ANC. What's the colors? It's black.
It's green,
Black, and yellow.
Yeah.
Green, black, and yellow.
Yeah.
They're just so used to that you remember that movie by Will Smith?
Focus with a 13.
Focus. The 37.
With the 13. No, it's 13.
It's either 13 or 37.
Yeah.
One of us is right.
Okay.
Yes. We don't mind being wrong. We will learn. We'll do our research after this. Our egos will not be bruised.
No.
Okay? We live and we learn. That movie, they were able to do that particular draw because of the subconscious mind with which that particular designated individual was exposed to.
Yes.
So they exposed that digit, 13 or 37 or 35, in front of that guy.
Yes.
Just like the ANC, just like the South African generation. For the last 30 years,
Come
the
on.
ANC has been in power, and you have low shading in South Africa, and you still want to go out there and just vote for the ANC without thinking, without reading the funding manifestos of other parties. You want to remain committed to the fact that you are an ANC supporter, besides the fact that you are living in an embarrassing situation where you have low shedding. South Africa has low shedding. And you just going to go out there and just vote ANC because it's tradition.
Nah. That load shedding has stopped now, people. But come the 29th of May, when those polls close, it's going back on.
Yes, because it's a money thing.
Yes.
It's a money thing. They are able to sacrifice the money now so that you people can do what you got to do in order to vote for them, for the ANC.
They're manipulating.
But comes that 30th of May, like you said, they'll switch them back off so that the money keeps flowing back into their pockets. In fact, I think that load shedding will increase a little bit more because they got to make up for the money that they've lost.
Yeah, whatever stage was on, I don't know, stage 14, I don't know what it is.
It's going to be stage 8.
Stage 8. Goodness.
On the 30th of May.
Whoa.
It's going to be even worse. Right now, it's gone.
Yeah.
Because it's election time.
Be happy, people. We do things for the country.
Yes. They think that you have a short memory span. They think that when they give you 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month of normality, you would have forgotten the shit that you've been living in for the last 5 years. So for the last month, it's been less load shedding because it's election time, and your brain will forget that for the last 4 and 11 months, it's been load shedding.
Yes.
It's the public.
Yeah.
It's the public. They'll forget. Yeah. Ibrahim Traore, Burkina Faso, big ups. Mali, Niger. Elections. 19 different countries holding elections in Africa. The democratic system.
2024.
2024, the democratic system that has worked for Africa. Thank you very much.
Thank you.